Hey there, welcome back. Got a few things we're going to go over today. I apologize for not having a driving video, but it's nasty and rainy and wet, and I don't want to drive right now. We're going to start off with some positive news. Ramel Holt was found guilty of killing New Kensington police officer Brian Shaw 2 years ago following a traffic stop. After the trial, the jury came back with a verdict in less than 90 minutes. Unfortunately, they never actually found the gun that was used in the killing, so it would have been nice to get that off the street. But the jury was evidently convinced with what the prosecution had that they found him guilty in 90 minutes, so that's pretty awesome. The next thing is out of Brookhaven, Mississippi. In 2018, Brookhaven Police Department Corporal Zach Moak and Patrolman James White were killed following a shots fired call at a home. Marquise Flowers was arrested in connection with the shooting, and prosecution has decided that they're going to go for the death penalty in this case. So hopefully he'll be found guilty and, justice can be served for those two officers. So here's an interesting one. This is coming out of Pensacola, Florida. A small-town Oklahoma policeman was charged with killing his chief after what authorities describe as an alcohol-fueled brawl in a Florida hotel room. The two were staying at the Hilton on Pensacola Beach over the weekend for a conference. At some point early Sunday, hotel security was called because the two men were being disruptive. Then later that evening, hotel staff called the sheriff's department because the two men were fighting. When deputies arrived, they found Chief Lucky Miller deceased. Alcohol was involved and an autopsy is underway. Michael Patrick Neely, age 49, was arrested Monday morning and charged with killing Miller. Miller was the police chief in Manford, Oklahoma, which is about 20 miles outside of Tulsa. Neely has been charged with the homicide. So that's an interesting one. Two police officers go to Florida for a conference and get drunk, and what it sounds like, the two got in a fight that escalated, and fortunately one of them lost their life. Just a bad situation all around. So the last thing we're going to look at today is a shooting video. This is from back in October, around the 24th this came out. Athens Clark, Georgia police responded to a call of a female with a gun. When the officer arrived, the female approached him with a knife. He asked her several times to put it down before he fires one shot, which puts the lady down. She was transported to the hospital and later died. The woman was identified as 54-year-old Bonnie Thomas. The officer has been identified as Senior Police Officer Lamar Glenn, and he's a veteran with about 29 years of experience. As of October 24th, he was on paid administrative leave. I can't find an update any more recent than that. But I'm going to play the video. It does show the lady getting shot, so if you don't want to see that, skip ahead about a minute and a half. It's about a minute and a half long video. So here's the video. I'm going to let it play, and when it's done, we'll talk about it a little bit.
Central 255.
Go ahead.
I went ahead and got EMS around as well.
Ten-4, I think she's flagged me down here. She's got a knife in her hand.
10-4.
Put the knife down, please, ma'am. Please. Put the knife down. Put the knife down. Central, send me another unit. Please. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Shots fired, Central.
10-4. 10-4.
Central, send me EMS.
10-4.
5-5, I just got back in the car. I'm coming from Denver. Be up there in just a second.
Stay calm.
Alright, so the first question I'm going to answer, simply because it is the most common question when it comes to police shootings, is why didn't he do something else? Why did he have to shoot her? Why didn't he tase her? Whatever. I don't have a reason why he didn't tase her. Maybe his department doesn't issue tasers, but in my experience, you're not going to go face to face with a lethal threat, which is what a knife is, with a taser without having some type of lethal cover. So if I'm by myself and a lady is walking towards me with a knife, I'm not going to pull my taser out. I'm going to pull my firearm out and be prepared to defend myself or somebody else should she decide to charge and attack somebody. That is my outlook on it as far as why he didn't tase her. And the second thing is, well, why didn't he render some type of aid to her while she's laying on the ground? Well, this is just my opinion, but probably because he was still unsure if she in fact had a gun. If you go back and listen to the video, you can hear her say, "I've got a knife and a gun." When he shoots her, the knife flies out of her hand, so she doesn't have that anymore. With the information the officers got, she could still potentially have a gun. So without having some type of cover unit, a backup unit there to cover her while you go up and handcuff her and render aid, it's a pretty dangerous situation. It turns out she didn't have a gun, but the officer didn't know that at the time. She said to him, "I've got a knife and a gun." So he's still treating her as if she's got a gun, which is perfectly fine. I personally don't see anything wrong with this shooting. As I said, the newest update we have is from the 24th of October, so I don't know if the officer's still on administrative leave or if he's been returned to duty or what. So kudos to the officer for doing his job and remaining calm and handling the situation in the best way possible. That's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed this video, if it wasn't too boring, click thumbs up. If you'd like to, click subscribe. It helped me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good weekend.